And then it's the next technique we're going to do, this body scan technique, which is wonderful for getting rid of that tension we can feel, allowing us to relax as deeply as possible right now. And then it's at that point you're very close to bringing on the sleep state. So today we're going to do a little bit more of an in-depth body scan. I'm going to spend 3 or 4 breaths at each body part. As I said before, we're going to use the deep breath rhythm that we've got. Now the out breaths, when you're doing mindfulness and many other things to do, the out breath is our expression breath. It's our changed breath. We're going to use it that way too. So I'm going to call out different parts of the body. So we'll start with the feet, for example. What I like to do is on your first deep in breath is tense the muscles in your feet. And on your first deep out breath, release that tension. And notice the difference. And then we'll have another 2 or 3 deep breaths, the same rhythm, but on the in-breath, rather than tensing, just notice the feet. And what is their natural level of tension now? And then again, see if you can release any more tension and relax even further with your out breaths as we go through. And when you're noticing different parts of the body, you can be on the lookout for things like textures you can feel. Temperature's always a good one. Contact points, pressure points, anything at all. But remember, the out breath is the release and relax breath. So let's begin with the feet, please. Taking a deep in breath, tensing the feet. And your deep out breath, releasing that tension. Notice the difference. And with the rest of your breaths, it's noticing how they are now with the in-breath, trying to let go, trying to relax them more with the out-breaths. Good. And before the mind gets a chance to wander away, let's give it something new to think about. So just moving the awareness up to the lower legs, please. Again, deep in breath, tense the calf muscles. Maybe go up on tiptoes. With your first deep out breath, just letting go of that tension. And then a few more breaths, just noticing and releasing in that rhythm. Again, just give yourselves permission to relax. Think of this as our protected time. This is the only thing we need to be doing now and in the next moments to come. So let's keep going. Let's move the awareness up to the upper legs, please. Again, first in breath, let's tense the muscles there, the thigh muscles. Then release them and notice that difference. And then it's a few more breaths, trying to relax the upper legs as much as we can. Then we can bring the awareness up again, please, to the lower back. If you've been with me before, we know that the lower back is a store of stress and strain. So sometimes your mind can wander into that. It can start to commentate about any pain or discomfort or tension. That's what we don't want to happen. So again, focusing on the lower back, can we tense any lower back muscles? You might find you tense your abs as you do this too. That's fine. We'll get to those in a moment. But then trying to let go as much as possible with the out breaths. The only response we need to any tension we find is to try to let it go. Any other response we don't need. Release and relax can be our mantras. Then we can bring the awareness round to the front of the body, halfway through the body scan process. The first thing we can do is notice the breath, making sure we've still got the big, deep rhythm. And then on the next in-breath, just tense the muscles again, the chest, the core, the abs, everywhere. And then release. Notice that difference, allow the relaxation to come. And again, we've got a few more breaths to help the front of the body relax as much as we can. And then we simply move the awareness up to the shoulders. Very important, they tell us a lot about our tension levels. So again, on the first in-breath, just tense the shoulders. First out-breath, drop them physically, allow them to relax. Notice the difference. And let's see if we can help the shoulders to relax for a few more breaths too. And then we just move the awareness down into the arms. Let's tense the arm muscles, both upper arms and lower arms at the same time. Then let's release and notice. Then let's help the arms to relax as much as we can. We go down into the hands and fingers too. Same rhythm, tensing on the in-breath, but then relaxing and releasing as much as we can, maybe opening the palms here, maybe wiggling the fingers too. Let's try to help the hands and fingers relax as much as possible. Let's try to let go of anything we're still gripping onto right now. It's not about right now. Let's try to give ourselves fully to this moment and to resting into this moment. And then the next step is to bring the awareness up to the back of the neck. You might notice clothing here or temperature or hair on the back of your neck, another store of stress and strains from the next in-breath. It's hard to tense the back of your neck, but just as much as you can, or just notice any natural tension that's there. Let's use the out breath as the change breath again. Let's try to release any tension, relaxing the back of the neck as much as possible. And we come forward to the face itself, including the ears. Again, it's hard to tense the facial muscles, but just notice their natural state right now. You feel any tension, any frowning or grimacing. Let's try to let go of those things with that first deep out breath. Let's try to let go of any lingering headache, worry or tension too. Just relaxing the forehead. Letting go of anything that's still trying to grab our attention. We don't need it right now. We're doing the one thing we need to do now, which is to relax, but to stay mindful too. So if you do detect the mind begin to wander away, just come back to the breath, back to the present moment. When we get to this state now, this state of restful alertness, you can do two things. You can rest into it still, that's what we're going to do in a moment. Or you can let go of the active mind. And if you were lying down and it was your normal time for going to sleep, so when you get to this point, you can just let go of the mind altogether. And hopefully and usually you'd have created the conditions to drift off to sleep. But today we want to keep that active mind, we want to keep the restful alertness state, but we want to enjoy the relaxation and the rest. So we've got a few minutes, and what I'd like you to do here is just be aware of your whole body, and indeed your whole rhythm of being again now. Keep the deep mindful breath rhythm, please. An important part of the mindfulness philosophy is that if we're waiting for things to be perfect before we enjoy them, we'll be waiting forever. So how do we find some time to relax, to be mindful, to be positive, even when those things might not be 100%? That's what we're going to try now. So just notice whatever degree of relaxation you've managed to find today. Don't judge it. Don't commentate or analyze it, but just notice it. That's what it is today. Let's accept it. For the next few minutes, let's spend some nice, deep, relaxed, quiet time. And I want you just to try to let that relaxation grow. If and when the mind tries to invade that space and take you away somewhere else, just come back to the breath again, back to the present moment. Let go of any tension that might build in you. And just try to find this deep, relaxed state again. Keep noticing things that are going on around you. Keep noticing our own rhythms and sensations and experiences. But imagine that we are now just an observer. We don't need to interfere. We just need to watch and enjoy. Let's try this for a few minutes now. As we continue, try to remember to give yourselves permission to enjoy this relaxed, mindful time that we have. We'll get back to the rest of the world when we're ready. But let's protect this time and allow it to be just what it is. Now let's just notice what this has been like for us today. Every time we try mindfulness, it's a slightly different experience. That's part of the mindfulness philosophy. We're interested in how things actually are, and then trying to bring a positive change from it. Sometimes the mind is busy, sometimes it's not so busy. Sometimes the body is tense, sometimes it relaxes very easily. So no judgment, no analysis or commentary needed. It was whatever it was for you, but in knowing what it was, it will help you going forward. Let's notice the breath once more, please. Maybe you've kept the deep, mindful breath rhythm. Sometimes it goes back to its shorter, shallower rhythm. That's fine too. We'll accept wherever we find the breath right now. But can we all return back to a deep, mindful breath rhythm, please? So we're going to use it to come out of the meditative state. Can we reconnect again with how this deeper breath sounds, how it feels, and how it's moving the body for us? And then whenever you're ready, simply take 3 slightly quicker breaths as you raise the level of your awareness back to its normal waking state. Open your eyes in your own time, have a stretch, a shuffle, a drink, whatever you need to do.